What's up, internet? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna do this gilded wine look together using a whole bunch of reds and golds that I have in my makeup collection. But first, a drink. Getting right into it, we're going to start out with some Urban Decay Eye Primer in Eden, and then we're going to go in with some NYX Vivid Bright Creams in Bad Blood. I'm just going to slap that all over my eyes, and then use a fluffy brush with nothing on it to blend it out a little bit. Next, we're going to go in with some Sugarpill eyeshadow in the color Love Plus, and I'm going to slap that all over my eyeball where I put the NYX Vivid Bright Cream color. Then I'll blend that out with that same fluffy brush we used before. Also just packing a little more red on with a flat packer brush, then more blending. Now we're going to use some more of that NYX cream color in Light Show and pack that onto the inner corner of my lid using a finger. Next up is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and we're going to use the color Cyprus Umber. I'm using a tapered crease brush to buff that into my crease to deepen it and give my eyes some more depth and definition. Also lots and lots of blending. Did I mention that we were going to be blending? And blending? And blending? And more blending? Oh, and also there's some blending. Oh look, here's some more blending. Did I mention blending? I'm not sure if I mentioned that we would be blending for a while. Now I'm just evening up the gold real quick with my fingertip before going on to the next step, which is using a makeup wipe to clean up that messy edge of the shadow, and also realizing that I just wiped off all my under eye primer. Whoopsie! Now I'm going to use the KvD Alchemist palette in pink opal and put that all over the center of my lid. Then back to that crease brush to blend it all in real good. Moving on to the face, I'm going to use some Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer and pat that into the places where I have the most visible pores and need the most oil control. Glug glug glug. Next, I'm going to mix the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation and the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation to make the perfect color for my face. I'm using a damp Real Techniques sponge to blend that all in and create a nice flawless finish. And doing some weird maneuvers to get it around my nose piercing. Next, I'm going to use a deeper color of the NYX foundation and use that to contour my face. I may have gone a little overboard on the nose, but that's okay, it's makeup, you can always fix it later. And now we blend! Again! Yay, blending! I'm using that same Real Techniques sponge to blend all the contour into my foundation. Blending, 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 and here you can see what I mean about too much on my nose. But that's okay, I can fix it, it's just foundation, you can go back in with a lighter color and even it out, it'll all be fine. Next, to conceal and highlight, we're going to break out the Shape Tape in two different colors. One is lighter than the other, and I'm going to use those to highlight my face and conceal some blemishes. Back in with the trusty Real Techniques sponge, we're going to blend all of that out into the foundation. Once everything is nicely blended together, I'm going to use my RCMA No Color powder to set under my eyes and then all over my face. Once my face is all set with powder, I'm going to go in with the same colors we used from the Modern Renaissance palette to do my lower lash line. Now I'm using that fluffy blending brush to wing the shadow out and sort of messify it. Next, I'm using that gold cream color from NYX and a liner brush from Sugarpill to add a little graphic liner accent. This of course requires a little back and forth just to make sure everything is even on both sides. Next, I'm going to take the color Primavera from the Modern Renaissance palette and use that to set all of the cream color. Next is a yellow liner from ColourPop in my waterline to use as a base for that gold NYX cream color. And now for brows. I'm just going to brush them all in the same direction using a spoolie, and then I'm going to use this Milani Cosmetics brow marker to fill them in with little hair-like strokes. Then I'm going to further define my brows using this Benefit brow pencil. Once I'm happy with the shape of my brows, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild brow mascara to gel them all into place so the hairs don't go anywhere. With brows all done, it's time for mascara, so I'm going to use this Tarteist Lash Paint mascara to coat my bottom and top lashes. Now it's time for false lashes, so I'm going to use my Duo Latex Free Lash Adhesive on my Ardell Wispie lashes. Thank goodness for this lash tool. Next up is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I'm going to use the lightest shade to go over where we contoured with foundation earlier. And now for one of my favorite steps, we're going to use this Makeup Revolution blush palette to add a whole bunch of blush. Woo! And now everybody's favorite part, we're going to highlight using this Ulta Beauty Rainbow highlighter that is so pretty and I love it. I don't know about you guys, but I've been really digging a nice highlighted forehead lately. And for one of our almost but not quite last steps, we're going to use this Lime Crime Velveteen in Scandal and slap that all over my lips. Then for that truly gilded look, I'm going to pat some of Primavera from the Modern Renaissance palette all over my mouth. And then blending that in with the highlighter brush. Finally, I'm going to take this NYX No Filter powder and use that all over my face to blur any imperfections that are left and melt everything together. Last but not least, we have the KvD Lock-It setting spray, and I'm just going to drench myself in this BRB. And we are done! Now I'm just going to mess with my hair and do some posing, and thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, do all those YouTube things like liking and subscribing. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!